Hi everyone, Ash here. This is NB Insider. My fantastic guest today is EJ Michels. Hi EJ, how are you doing?
I'm doing so good this morning.
Good, good. What time is it there?
It is 8:04 a.m. in Utah
Oh,
and
oh, that's
cold.
and cold, I can imagine. Wow. I've seen a lot of Utah on the TV. It looks very, very cold.
Oh yes, the weather is just really random right now, but we're hoping this weekend to get warmer weather.
Oh, well, our fingers crossed for you. I'd also like to thank you for taking time out of your day. I know it's early morning there to come and chat with us. I really appreciate it.
Of course, I'm excited to.
Oh, we as well, don't you worry. Okay, EJ, could you please tell us what initially sparked your interest in music and how did you decide to pursue it as a career?
I feel like I was always doing music as a kid, from piano lessons, and I remember even trying out bass and drums and guitar, but I never grew up thinking I was going to get into music, honestly. I thought I was going to be a dentist or something.
Okay.
And it wasn't until after high school when I graduated when I just became obsessed with songwriting and singing. Um, and I eventually formed a band called The Hideout, and we switched our name to Foreign Figures. And we, from 2014 and on, I've been doing music full time. I dropped out of college and would play 6 shows a week, and we would write and make albums and play all over the US. And I think it was initially sparked from an experience in high school when I fell in love with Clocks from Coldplay.
Okay.
That song just kind of ignited some, maybe this emotion inside of me, this connection towards music, and that it can actually have an impact on you.
Right. That sounds very interesting. And you've just from when you first started to where you are today, you've never looked back and said, I should have done this or I should have done that.
Never. I mean, I definitely have had moments um, where maybe, within these like 10 years, I've been pursuing music full time, especially in the beginning where I was like, this is kind of crazy. Like, I'm not making that much money every month.
Oh no.
And just moments of burnout, maybe from like playing a lot of gigs to maybe having some fights with the band and stuff like that over the creative process and stuff like that. And just moments of like, is it worth it? But I don't know. Maybe I'm just crazy enough to, I'm still doing it today. I am putting out a song a month, and I
Wow.
actually headed out to go record a music video for my next single this month and on Friday. So it's just, I just have never stopped doing it.
Wow. So it's basically all go, really. You just don't stop. You've got to produce your music, you've got to write your songs. And as you just said, you're going to do
Absolutely.
the video on Friday, which I'm looking forward to seeing.
Oh, I'm so excited for it. This videographer's done my band's best work, and he's never recorded anything or shot anything for my solo project since I've
Wow.
been pursuing it in 2020. So it'll be really fun.
And how do you come up with the idea of what um, how to say it, to start a video? What is the process from the start to the end? How do you build up ideas?
I think it kind of depends on your vision from the beginning of whether if you want like a storyline based music video with actors, or if you just want more of a performance based video where you're just basically performing your song. Um, Obviously, the ones are a little easier when it's just a performance based because, um, I mean, it kind of depends on your vision, right? But
Yeah.
I have a tendency to change it up per song and what the song is about. My last song I put out in March is called "Room for Someone Else." It's a heartbreak song, and I wanted to do a performance based video, but to make it just a little bit more dramatic. So I found a free piano at a piano gallery and picked it up with my trailer and took it into a warehouse, and the video crew got a sprinkler, like a hose, and sprayed me with water so it looks like it's raining.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah, so but then I've done music videos where it's a love song and we found two actors to act out an entire story. I've
Right.
done I've done that a few times, and those usually take a little bit more budget and a little bit more work. Um, but this one on Friday, I wanted to just have a very upbeat, fun, energetic bass performance with my brother on drums and guitar and me on my piano
Okay.
out in the sand dunes in St. George, so it'll kind of look like we're in the desert.
Oh, that's very nice. What is the name of the song? Can you tell me what the name of the song is, or is that a secret?
No, I can tell you it's coming
Okay.
out. It's coming out on, I believe, the 19th of April. Yes.
Okay.
So not this Friday, but next. It's called Beauty That You Are.
Oh, that's a very nice title. I like that.
Yeah, it's very positive.
Yes.
It's a very affirming, positive song.
And
But
EJ, could you tell us how, can you describe your creative process when it comes to writing and composing music?
of course, on average, I feel like I usually even last night I was writing a song. It usually starts with a set of chords on the piano where I just am kind of dinking around and playing with a different set of piano chords or an arrangement of them until it makes me feel something.
Okay.
Um, and then usually from there I'm finding melodies and just singing gibberish and usually putting some lyrics to that. So it's kind
Right.
of like a set of chords that maybe evoke some type of emotion, and then I just usually sing from a place of whatever I'm feeling in that moment, and then just
Okay.
melodies kind of come out, and then I kind of put, what I want to say to that. But it's definitely, um, I've started with titles before where I just had like a title for a song. I had a song like a few months back where I just wanted to write a song called Oblivion,
Okay.
then wrote an entire song based around just a title idea.
Okay. Wow.
Usually I like when it happens a little different like that.
There's nothing wrong with that at all. That makes it very, very unique.
Right? I think you get really different ideas and really creative ideas, and that's really big for me. I want my listeners, my fans to have a different experience from song to song, that they're not just getting the same thing
The
over and
same,
over and over.
I agree. Oh, that's what attracts me to artists such as yourself. Each song is different, a different tune, a different lyric, etc., etc. Not the same boring, old, monotonous songs.
Yeah, absolutely.
And EJ, tell us, are there any specific artists or genres that have influenced your musical style?
Absolutely. I grew up listening to, I mean, my mom had me listen to a lot of like soul, Motown music. And my dad listened to a lot of like classic rock music. But that definitely had an influence on me. And I grew up also listening to a lot of pop music.
Right.
But I really feel like when I found some of my favorite artists and their voices, like John Legend, that soul singer on the piano, I think he's on The Voice right now.
Okay.
His voice was always a huge inspiration and being a piano player. Same thing with Chris Martin and Coldplay, him being a piano player and a male vocalist who sings about really intimate topics. I really, really, really enjoy. And I like a lot of UK artists. Freya Ridings is another beautiful artist that I listen to. Tom Odell,
Right.
who's another like piano player guy. usually the common denominator between all these artists is they sing about very heartfelt songs. Like they're very genuine, and
Right.
it's not just necessarily music for them to make money. It doesn't seem like a manufactured like pop star in a sense of it's just about their them being famous. It's like they're really writing honest, real, genuine songs, and people are connecting to that. So I think I really took from a lot of those artists.
Right. And with talking about with you playing the piano, is that your favorite instrument to play the piano, or can you play other instruments?
I do play acoustic guitar,
Okay.
and a little bit of electric guitar, drums, and bass. So all the band instruments, but I'm mainly comfortable with piano since I've been playing that since I was 7 years old. So in every live show I do, I'm like on the piano 85% of the time, and then the others I'm on my acoustic or electric.
Right. Sorry, you there?
Yes.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, I thought I'd lost you for a second there.
Oh, you're good. I literally took a drink of my smoothie.
Oh, no problem, no problem. I can hear in the background. It sounds like you've got a very cute dog.
I do have two dogs here.
Oh, what are they, EJ?
I have a Cavapoo named Franklin. He's 2 years
Oh,
old. He's a little tiny mix between a toy poodle and a King Charles Cavalier with the big.
okay.
And then I have my boyfriend's dog. His name is Kai. He is a mix of I think it's a golden doodle, so a golden retriever and a poodle mix, but it's
Oh,
I think the poodle was all black, so he's a bit bigger, and that's you can hear him right now chewing on a bone.
yes. Oh, sweet. I just love dogs. Now, EJ, when you go touring or you perform at a, excuse me, at a venue, does your boyfriend go with you, or how does he cope with you doing all these, live performances, etc.?
Um, so he's actually this Friday. He'll come to all like the main performances, but if I'm really like on the go and like he's at work doing his thing, like I told him, I'm like, you need to have your own life outside of all this. Like, I don't want you to lose yourself in my
Right.
career because I think it's kind of easy sometimes, like especially with musicians, just to kind of follow along, and
Yeah.
it's a really fun and exciting career. But um, he'll come to. I think he came to one in February, one back in January, the beginning of this year, when it was kind of like this really big fancy gala I did with
Ooh.
a lot of these other big artists, and it was a really fun opportunity at this Adobe headquarters in Utah.
Okay.
But he is coming to my music video shoot on Friday, and it'll be the first music video he's actually coming to. So this will
Oh,
probably
wow.
be.
Would he actually appear in your video or at some point a video?
I don't think so.
Not.
Yeah, I think this video is just gonna be myself. It's a performance based with my older brother playing drums and guitar, and I think I really like having keeping, I guess, my relationships or private life
Sure.
separate from as much as I can, separate from my music videos and my social media. I think I just learned through experience that I kind
Sure.
of want some of that privacy.
I
But
agree. Yes. You don't want any, you want your personal life personal.
yes, absolutely.
Yeah. You don't want everybody know what your personal life is about.
Absolutely. I always, I think it's kind of easy as a musician to want to do anything to get attention because at the end of the day, it's really getting as much attention to your pages and your music as possible
Sure.
is good, but at what risk of losing yourself,
Yes. And I suppose, there's a line to be drawn at some stage where as you just said, your personal life is when you just take off from everything and you and your boyfriend, you do what you want to do without it interfering into your music career and vice versa.
Yes, absolutely.
And talking about that, EJ, what do you like to do if you're not performing or writing music or doing music videos? What do you like to do?
So I'm a vocal coach. So that's kind of
Okay,
like I am teaching singing lessons and only 3 days a week. So that's something else that kind of keeps me busy throughout the week. But I also am obsessed with yoga, and I'm part of this wellness center where I go, and I just love fitness. Like I really love pushing my body out of its comfort zone and
right,
doing Pilates or weightlifting or spin classes on a bike. Um, I'm actually training for this competition in Anaheim, California, with my partner, and we train like 4 days a week together. And so fitness has always been a huge thing of mine because back in high school I wrestled with my brothers and um, have always been kind of a competitive person with myself, at least, in that regard. So I love just being outdoors, bike riding, going on hikes, and also love just hanging out with my friends at any time I can
right.
get.
I
It's
can
kind of hard
imagine.
nowadays. I feel like people usually, everyone is so busy with their own lives, and even me with mine, that anytime I can find a hangout with friends is always a treasure for me.
I can imagine. It's valuable time. I totally agree with you there.
Yeah.
All right, here's another fun question for you, EJ. What's the funniest mistake you've made during a live performance?
A funny mistake. I mean, this one I think is kind of um, just funny in terms of like I was learning a lot about the live show, and I remember maybe 5, 6, 7 years ago when I was starting to perform with my band. We had this long hour-and-a-half show at this outdoor concert, and it was a little outdoor festival thing, and people just had their lawn chairs out, and they wanted us to play for an hour and a half, and we got about halfway through the show, and I remember just being so hungry. I had
Oh
a thing of
no.
spaghetti behind the stage, and I remember announcing into the microphone that I was gonna go eat some spaghetti and I'd be right back.
Oh my word. Okay, that's good.
So I literally like announced into the microphone like I'm gonna go eat some spaghetti. I'll be right back, and like the band was just playing. They were just kind of playing, vamping without me, just kind of just
Oh,
doodling around. I remember like walking away and going back and just like eating the spaghetti and just like thinking to myself, I'm like, this feels weird. Like I shouldn't be here right now. I should be on stage singing.
yeah. Oh
And
no.
I just remember thinking like the band kind of gave me a hard time afterwards of like that was just so unprofessional. Like just I don't know. It was so weird. I was such a newbie and was learning a lot of things of like what to do and what not to do. And one of it is like not announcing to the crowd like halfway through that you need to go eat your dinner and that so
Oh dear.
that's so weird and funny and random, but I definitely remember that.
Something that you'll never, ever, ever forget.
No, absolutely. There will be many experiences that my band or I've been through that.
Right. Yeah, there's still
Laugh
more to
about.
come, I'm sure. Well, EJ, we're almost out of time, but before we go, if you could just tell us where listeners and future fans could find your music and where to follow you on social media.
I feel like the best place to follow me is on my website because it's kind of a landing page for all my socials and all my music. It's just ejmichelsmusic.com. If you go there, you can also sign up on my newsletter whenever I'm releasing a new song or a new video or even new merch or a new show, I will send out an email about that. And usually, because it's kind of hard nowadays, people don't always get notified on social media, but you do always get an email about things.
Oh, fantastic.
Yes, so follow that. You can follow my socials and find my music from my website, ejmichelsmusic.com.
Fantastic. Well, EJ, I'd like to thank you once again for taking time out of your day to come and chat with us. I've thoroughly enjoyed chatting with you, and I hope we can get another chat in very, very soon.
Thank you so much. I this is actually really fun, so I appreciate it.
Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate it too. Well, EJ, enjoy the rest of your day, and please give your dogs a big hug from me.
I will right away. Thank you
Perfect.
so much.
Thanks, EJ.
Yep, thank you. Bye.
Bye.